should take it slow.
Evet, finalden sonra onları da yayınlayacağım.
Then let's go. All right, time to see what's inside.
Not quite. We still need to get the place powered up.
Find the remaining pedestals and plug in the power sources. I'm on it.
Evet arkadaşlar, şu an finali yapmaya başlıyoruz. İsterseniz bunları tek videoda birleştirelim. Ayrı bir video yapmayalım. Sadece gemi görevi ve çiftli görev görevlerini sizin için ayrı yapacağım. Evet, şimdi ilk etapta bizim şu tarafta bir yere gitmemiz gerekiyor. Yanlış hatırlamıyorsam. Evet, buradan gidemiyoruz. Pardon. Şuradan bir yerden yukarı çıkacağımız bir yol mu var acaba? Bakalım. Evet. Ama burada değilmiş. O zaman ilk başta şuraya çıkalım. Evet, başladık.
Thought we could be saved. We sought to face the sun's wrath and contain it. 4 towers would be built to pull her fury into this place and dispel it. But even with all we knew, with all we had, it would take too long. 1,000 years we could labor and still the work would not be done. The first tower was never completed. The project abandoned. We moved on. But while we labored on other endeavors, a few returned. They thought to automate the process. Metal might finish what flesh could not.
Evet, şimdi şuradan gidelim bakalım. Buradan yukarı çıkabiliyor muyuz? Şuradan gideyim.
If we could not meet the sun's cruel embrace, perhaps we might rebuke it. Already we could generate the fields to protect us in times of strife. But these were small and simple things. To replicate them on a scale the size of a world, we lack the energy to make it so. Half the world, they said then. It is better than none at all. We tried. Again, we failed. A quarter, they asked. Even this we could not do. A 6th, an 8th, a 10th, they cried. the answer was still the same. Perhaps in time the city might be spared, but it was time we did not have. So we moved on.
Evet, şimdi gidelim güç jeneratörünü artık koyalım.
Wonder what's inside.
Only one way to find out.
Evet, bir yeri daha birleştirdik. Bakalım neresi açıldı. Evet, orası açıldı. Şimdi de diğer tarafa.
What is a fact? Is it fixed? Immutable? Certain in its existence and only awaiting discovery? Or might it be changed? Here we learned the answer, and thought that it might serve us. They were used to command, to control, to own. But we soon discovered another use. When enough sat in thrall and were told to believe, their thoughts took on form. What was imagined became real. If 100 minds could wish away a wall or create a tree, what might 1,000 do? 10,000? More? Might we change the consensus and will the thread away? We resolved to send one into the sky where it might illuminate us all. Once placed, a sentence would be uttered. Make us safe. In this way, we would change the consensus. We would save the world. But it never came to be. We sent a dozen of them skyward, but there was no way to maintain control, to direct the beam, to enthrall the world, to speak the words. Though this was strange and dangerous, what we tried next was worse.
Peki ya neydi? İleride görelim. Sen hikayeyi yarım yarım anlatıp kaçıyorsun ya.
Our first instinct was to travel back, to change the past. But we could not find a way. But forward, we could look forward. And so here we sought to see beyond ourselves and know what was to come. First we wanted to learn
Elmaları onun için
what
yaptınız
would
demek ki.
succeed. But the answer was always the same. So we moved on to other things. But she remained. The one you call Minerva. In time, she too stopped looking, and instead began to speak. She called out across time, in the hopes that you might be saved. She hid messages where none might find them, save for you and those within this place.
Fascinating.
Büyüleyici.
Tired of it. The cryptic warnings, the threats. Just tell us what you want!
But they are. We saw the net of them there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Imagine trying to explain all this to a 2-year-old, to a grasshopper. When they said the will of the gods was unknowable, They meant it. Literally.
I killed her, you know. I killed Lucy.
It was the apple, son. It was Juno.
I saw what she was. What would happen if I let her live? I could have stopped myself. I mean, there was a force there. But I didn't have to. I chose to.
Desmond.
Lucy was going to betray us and take the apple back to Abstergo. I saw the satellite launched. I saw them turn it on, and then it failed.
Aynen öyle.
Whatever's on the other side of that door, it benefits Juno. We need to be careful.
Evet, şuraya gitmemiz gerekiyor. Güzel bir şey. Nasıl, nereden gitmek lazım ya? Şurada. Çıkar mı acaba? Yok. Buradan, evet, burada yer var gibi ama dur bakalım. O üst tarafı tırmamam gerekiyor. Tamamdır. İşte. Evet. İkinci yer. Oyun severlerim, isterseniz şöyle bir şey de yapabiliriz belki. Desmond'un o başladığım yerden kesip ayrı videoda yapabilirim size, bilginiz olsun. Yani çok uzun saatlerde sizi yormak istemiyorum çünkü. Bakalım, üçüncü yerde açılıyor. Evet. İşte asıl istediğim yer açıldı. Şimdi buradan atlayabiliriz ama neyse, atlayalım. İnşallah ölmeyiz.
I'm telling you, there's something down here.
Don't be daft.
I don't know, maybe they were sleeping or something and we woke them. Some kind of cryogenics or hibernation. I mean, how do we know what the hell they were doing down here?
They were working on a bunch of different solutions, but nothing worked. Just went from one to the next, and then I don't know. Must have left at some point. After the end.
I wonder what the world would be like if they'd succeeded.
I'm more concerned about what it will be like if we don't.
Salvation. They found a way. Too late for them, but not for you. Sealed to protect it. Though now it bars your way. Find the key. The past will tell.
Evet. Çok merak etmeye başladım. Hadi şurası. Buradan çıktık da. Anladım. Bir saniye. Buradan çıkar mı acaba? Yok. Bir dakika. Şuradan çıksak bile. Acaba bir saniye. Şurada. Orada hiç yer yok. Şuraya çıkmam gerekiyordu. Nasıl çıkacağım ki oraya? Neyse, şuradan bir gideyim bakayım. Belki şurada bir yer açılmıştır. Aa, evet, açılmış.
One that was dark and cold. It would consume us, for we were flesh, and flesh is frail. Though suits and shields might offer comfort, such adornments would not suffice, not to save us all. So we sought to change what we were. In this manner, we might thrive in a world made poisonous. It was Aita who volunteered to see if it might be done. Aita. My husband.
Aita,
My
kocasıymış.
love. In the end, it changed him. Ruined him. He was made a prisoner of the machines. The body might survive, but his mind became brittle to the touch. He begged me for release. For days, for weeks, for months. I pleaded with him to give us time to find another way. But there wasn't one. Not for him. Not for us.
Kötü olmuş. Tam şurada işte. Bakın arkadaşlar, bu ne olduğunu belki çözmüşsünüzdür. İlk Animus cihazı gibi bir şey bu. Görüyor musunuz? İlk burada bağlanmışlar. Vay be. Evet, şimdi şuradan bir tırmanalım bakalım. Evet, buraya geldik. Şimdi şuradan gidebiliyor muyuz? Evet, işte bu.
What is consciousness but a series of electrical impulses? And the body a vessel to hold these sparks. But it is weak. In time, it decays and crumbles to dust. We asked ourselves then, what if it might be replaced with something stronger?
Ne gibi
Something
mesela?
better. So we forged a new vessel, one that might endure. It proved easy enough to enter. But to leave required something more, something wrong. And so this too they abandoned. I wondered, though, were they right to turn away?
Evet, şimdi bizim nereye gitmemiz gerekiyor? Şuraya mı? Aynen, oraya gitmemiz gerekiyor. Şuraya atlasak. Bakalım buradan nasıl gidebileceğiz. İşte. Bakalım bu sonuncusu muydu acaba? Sonuncusuydu galiba. Abi 1, 2, 3 tane almıştık. Bir tane de burada vardı, 4. Evet, son yer. Evet, adım adım finale.
I regret not asking you to hack into the Abstergo servers while you were there. A couple of well-placed relays and we'd be swimming in information.
We have everything we need.
Yeah, except the key.
We're close.
How do you know?
I just do.
Aslında bu konuşmaları çok daha sonra yapmamız gerekiyor ama anahtarın yeri Anahtarı da aldık. Yeri yaptık galiba. Orayı yaptık. Burayı yaptık. Orayı da yaptık. Başka yer yok ki ya. Olması lazım da niye olmuyor? Evet, güzel bir soru.
I've been poking around a bit. Did you know there are machines down here that make, well, mana?
Wizard mana or biblical mana?
What do you think? Biblical, of course. The Greeks called it ambrosia. The Indians, amrit or soma. Most cultures around the world refer to a divine food, though I'd say its taste is anything but.
You ate something that came out of a 75,000-year-old machine?
And I live to tell the tale.
So? What did it taste like?
Cardboard, tasted of cardboard. Hardly the stuff of legends, though I wonder if the first civilization didn't taste differently than we do.
Maybe the flavorizer broke.
Flavorizer? You've certainly got away with words, Rebecca. Things are getting worse outside.
What do you mean?
Every day for the past 2 weeks, the sun has been throwing off larger and larger flares. Older satellites are starting to malfunction. I hear rumblings of recalling the crew on the International Space Station. There's already work being done as well to shield power stations and transformers on the ground. Not that any of it matters. This goes far beyond some brownouts. We all saw what's actually coming.
Do you know how it works?
Look, I'm no physicist, but it's something to do with the Earth's geomagnetic field. The flares and mass ejections disturb it, which appears to trigger seismic events. I've tried reaching out to people who might know better, but they all insist it's bunk. And I don't blame them. It sounds ridiculous.
I wish it was.
Best we finish up with Connor.
Connor'ın hikayesini tamamlayacak bir şey kalmadı. Biz her yeri yaptık galiba. Aynen öyle. Şu babasının yanına bir gidelim bakalım.
Hello. Hey. Do you think killing Vidic set up Sturgo back?
I doubt it. I'm sure he pioneered the Animus, but they've had the technology for decades now. Plenty of other people can take his place.
And Cross?
Oh, he was a loose cannon. I doubt anyone.
Bir yer atladık galiba ya. Oraya yaptık. Şuraya da yaptık. Şurada bir yer daha yaptık. Buradakini yaptık.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to dismiss what you
Daha bir yer
did.
kaldı mı ya?
But it's going to take a lot more than a couple of deaths to stop the Templars.
Şu an normalde kapının açılması gerekiyor. Yani anladığım kadarıyla. Şimdi bir. Burayı açtık. 2. Şurayı açtık. Tamam 3. Orayı açtık mı ya? Bir dakika, biz orayı açmadık. Galiba aynen. Yok, ya da açtık galiba orayı. Şuradan gittik. Ötekisi oradan öyle gittik. 3. Bir yerde bir eksik var ama.
Guess this is it.
Ha, buraya gelmem
We're right
gerekiyor.
behind you.
Evet. Şimdi gidebiliriz.
Moment of truth.
Evet. Sanırım kapımız açılıyor.
Yes. Come. Here, at last. You know our story now. Of how we tried. Of how we failed. All our hopes extinguished. Save one. Your touch. A spark. A spark to save the world.
Wait! Do not touch the pedestal.
Minerva?
You. But how? You left. You destroyed the device.
Did you think there was only one?
What the hell is going on here?
You must not free her.
Free her?
Juno dwells within these walls, awaiting release. I will explain. While we worked to save the world, she sought instead to conquer it. She used our machine to set her plans in motion. Divination through numbers. There is a pattern to existence. To comprehend the
Şimdi ortaya çıktı her şey.
to tame time. This was my focus.
Juno bir hain.
So I built the eye to aid us. But she turned it towards her own ends. When we discovered her treachery, we put a stop to it. And then we left. But first we called to you, that you might try again. We thought it would be safe with her gone. Now I see we were deceived. She survived, she endured, and then she began to work. For centuries, Tinny and I walked the world, hoping to rekindle the spark of civilization. We shared what we knew as best we could. We were not the only ones, but for all the power we wrought, still death would claim us. But before it did, I would have one last look to know if we had succeeded.
That's how you're here now?
I had hoped you might find this place and finish our work. But it is too late. You and the Templars have squabbled over our refuse. You have wasted centuries. And so you have lost your chance.
Aynen öyle.
You cannot hope to stop the end now, Desmond. Only to survive.
She's lying! Only touch the pedestal and the world will be saved.
Better the world burn than she be loosed upon it.
Is that so? Show him then.
But he will not understand. It is complicated. It is...
Show me.
Aynen. Göster bana.
If you heed Minerva, the sun will have its way. The ground will crack and spit fire into the skies. All the world will burn. But this does not end the world, merely heralds its arrival. Darkness follows. Then you emerge, resolving to lay a foundation that such a tragedy does not befall the world again. You will become a symbol to those who survive. Hope, knowledge, determination. You will inspire them to rebuild, to thrive once more. And as the world heals, so too will humanity. But you are just a man, frail and mortal. You pass from the world, leaving behind only a memory. A legacy. You will be remembered first as a hero, later as a legend, and in time as a god. It is the cruelest fate to have written words that meant well and see them made wicked and unwise. What was meant to encourage life, used instead to justify taking it. And so now you see that what was shall be again. So tell me, how is this better?
Yani Desmond bilge bile olsa insanlar gene aynı bildiğini okuyacak yani.
She would sacrifice you, sacrifice the world, for no other reason than to deny me vindication.
They will enslave your kind, Desmond. Is this not why you fight? Is this not why you came here? To ensure more than just your race's future, but its freedom?
What future? What freedom? Billions dead and the whole cycle begun anew? This world has known nothing but heartache and horror since we left it.
Our gift to them, and you'd see it all returned.
Enough!
You must not do this.
Whatever Juno's planning, however terrible it might seem today, we'll find a way to stop it. But the alternative, what you want, there's no hope there.
If you free her, you'll be destroyed.
It will happen in an instant. There will be no pain.
You mustn't.
It's done, Minerva. The decision's made.
Evet, Desmond ne yazık ki galiba kendini feda ediyor. Ya bu adamı nasıl şimdi feda ettirirsiniz ya? Babası yapsın ya.
All of you, now. Get as far away from here as you can.
Come with us. We'll find another way.
There isn't time.
Son.
You know it's true. It's already started. I need to do this now. So go. Go!
Evet. Bir efsane. O bir efsane. Hoşça kal. Hoşça kal Desmond.
It's some sort of global aurora borealis. Never seen anything like this before. Eyewitnesses describe electrical storms and erratic displays of unusual weather. Residents are being asked to remain inside.
Evet arkadaşlar, finalimize geldik. Güzel bir oyun olduğunu düşünüyorum. Çok güzel bir videolar çıkardık. Assassin's Creed 3 serisi evet burada bitmiş oluyor. Dediğim gibi size sözüm söz. Gemi görevlerini ve çiftlik evi görevlerini ayrıca kısa bir video yapacağım. Artık yeni bir seride görüşmek üzere. Bundan sonraki serimiz Assassin's Creed 4. Yani korsan savaşlarımızın ünlü kahramanı Edward James Chenoweth. Evet arkadaşlar. Haytham Chenoweth ve Connor Chenoweth'in dedesi ve birisinin babası. İnşallah onu yapacağız. Evet, Juno serbest kaldı. Artık bundan sonra dünyadaki bütün sunucuların içerisinde gezip dolaşabilecek. Ve Desmond da bir efsanemizde ne yazık ki hayatını kaybetti. Evet, yeni seri ve yeni videolarımızda görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın. Kanalıma lütfen abone olmayı unutmayın. Like'larınızı bekliyorum, yorumlarınızı bekliyorum. Video içerisinde eksi veya artı hiç fark etmez. Gördüğünüz her şeyi lütfen videolarımıza belirtin. Bazen gözden bazı şeyler kaçabiliyor. Bu yazdığınız yorumlar muhakkak ve muhakkak dikkate alınacaktır. Evet, bir sonraki videolarda ve yeni serilerde görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın.